All right, so a lot of people are asking how I do drill my wheelbase back. This was labeled, this Polar 825 was labeled 14125, but I measured it and it's definitely not. It's 14 1/4. So I'm gonna drill this one back. I'll show you how I do it. I always drill on the tail side. So I'll take my chems tool right here. This is the 3/8 increments. It comes with a bit as well. I'm in my homie's house, so that's why all the bird scooters are here. All right, so 0.25 increment tool. Put it in the holes like so. And it's like a tight fit, so you gotta smack it in there. And then once you get it all the way in, then I will drill it back. All right, so this is what you do. I'll go to the 1/4 inch increments on both, and then I will try to drill as straight down as possible. There's one, and they're all labeled on this tool, which is pretty rad. Two. 4. So this is what it looks like on the bottom after. Always drill when you do this. Always drill from the graphic side down, because if you do it on the opposite side, then if you don't have a drill, if you're doing this without a drill press like I'm doing right now, you can, if you're at a slight angle at all, you can kind of have your trucks tilted whatever way if you do it from the opposite side. If you do it from this side, the entrance holes, you know, they'll all be like lined up perfectly with the holes that were there, so your trucks won't be all wonky. So yep, that's how it comes out. So that's how you drill your wheelbase. I drilled mine in, obviously. I drilled it into 14 flat. Like I said, it was supposed to be 14.125 is what it was labeled, but I measured it, it's 14 1/4. I like my wheelbase between like, pretty much between 14 flat and like 14.2 at the max usually. Yeah, drilled it in a little bit. And I also wanted to talk about what it can do for you. So the reason why I drill mine back on the tail side and I drill it into 14 is because I kind of have a quick like flick, like with my flicking foot. So if I have a wheelbase that's like too long, my timing just gets off. Like I have a hard time adjusting my timing, and it's just like my timing is what it is. Like my flick is how fast it is, and if the board is like snapping too slow, like the tail, then I'll get this weird ghost pop. My kick flips don't suck up to my feet, and like just everything feels off. Some people can skate anything and adjust to it. I personally have a hard time doing that. I found my sweet spot for like wheelbase, and I stick to it, and it's probably a good idea for anyone to stick to something. That's the best way to progress and get better. So yeah, so I like a quick snap. That's why I drill it back on the tail side. You'll notice a little bit of a difference if you drill it on the nose, but not as drastic. So if you really want to feel a quicker snap or a slower snap, I don't know, I would go for the tail. That can be weird though if you're widening your wheelbase. It could be weird on the tail because the tail's obviously usually shorter than the nose anyway, so it could get a little odd. Yeah. Also, it helps me too when I try, like, say, switch nose slides or back tails and stuff like that. It's just I have a little bit more real estate on the tail side. It brings it a little bit closer to being a twin. The steepness and everything is, it'll never be a twin really, unless, you know, even if they were the same lengths. But yeah, so it brings it a little bit closer together, closer to being equal, you know. So when I do like a nollie trick, it feels like pretty good. Or if I have to flip my board around for something, it feels good. But you also, like, if you shorten your wheelbase, you'll get a quicker turn. Yeah, those are just some of the things that you can kind of gain from it. Some people, it might throw you off, but it gives you, using the chems tool, it gives you like the opportunity to experiment. So find what works for you. What works for me might not work for you. Everybody's body's different. Everybody's timing is different. So I just know that this is what I kind of need, and it's nice to be able to have that chems tool and be able to just be like, okay, I like the steepness of this board, the width and the length. If the wheelbase is slightly not what I like, then that's fine. I'll just like modify it and I'll drill it in. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It takes like, I mean, you saw how long it took. It's like maybe 30 seconds to like drill 4 holes, and the chems tool just lines up perfectly. I got the pack with like a 3/8 increment and a 1/4 inch increment, so I kind of just make the decision based on like what the board's wheelbase is. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you guys have any other questions about it, let me know. I know this is pretty short and sweet. It's not super crazy. So yeah, that's how I do it. I'll catch you guys soon.